This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, Maine State Police have identified the person killed in a pedestrian crash in Newburgh.
According to spokesperson Shannon Moss, the pedestrian killed on Friday on Route 69 in Newburgh has been identified as 27-year-old Cameron Cluley of Newburgh. Moss says the person was struck by a vehicle on Route 69 at approximately 12:15 Friday afternoon. State police are continuing to investigate the circumstances of this fatal incident.
According to Governor Jay, Mainers can expect to see relief checks in the mail in the coming weeks. Our Devin Dagnall has more.
After a nearly month-long wait, Governor Janet Mills has announced that the first round of energy relief payments is in the mail.
Soon enough.
What was that?
Not soon enough.
On January 4th, the governor signed LD3, which, in part, guaranteed that 880,000 eligible Mainers would receive $450 checks to help combat the state's rising heating cost. Some Mainers say it's not the right move.
I don't think it's necessary. I think that energy costs are high and there's a reason for that, and the woman sending out those checks is responsible for the reason for those energy hikes. So I think she's just chasing her tail.
According to a press release from the governor's office, the first round covers 5,000 qualifying Mainers who could see checks in the mail as early as next week. The same press release announced starting next week, the Maine Revenue Service will be mailing out an estimated 200,000 checks per week. It was also stated most Mainers should receive their checks no later than the end of March.
Some people need help, and I believe they should be helped.
According to the Fuel Assistance Program Manager at Penquis, Lynn Lugden, the news about the checks couldn't have come at a better time.
I think the people in the state of Maine have really need this at this time. We're in the middle of the winter. We haven't had a lot of cold weather yet, but we are going to be receiving some, as we know, this weekend. So I think it will help a great deal, especially for the elderly.
In Bangor, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, law enforcement officials are taking time to remind people about the importance of keeping their vehicles in safe condition. Our Matthew Jurancic has more.
Heading deeper into winter, it's important to remember to keep your car up to date, and that starts with getting a proper inspection sticker.
If you're driving around with a blue inspection sticker in Maine, you're violating the law. So we're giving folks friendly reminders, don't drive around with a blue inspection sticker.
2023's car inspection sticker is an orange color. Greeley says driving around with the green sticker is fine, but to be aware that you'll eventually need to get your car checked out.
We want it to be a friendly reminder from the Holden Police Department. We're not looking to give you tickets. We don't benefit financially from giving you a ticket. We want to make sure you're complying with those sorts of things.
Being pulled over for an invalid inspection sticker usually results in a $148 fine. Starting Tuesday, if you happen to be pulled over in the town of Holden, you may have a different experience. Chief Greeley says his department will be giving violators a second chance to redeem themselves. If they agree to get a proper inspection sticker, they will earn a gift card while supplies last. Twin City Tire and Service Foreman Jake Worcester says doing a simple inspection makes a huge difference for everyone on the road.
So vehicle inspections are very important, not only for your safety, but the safety of everybody else on the road. Periodically, you need to check all the important items, tires, brakes, steering, suspension components.
Greeley says he wants all motorists to drive safely and be prepared for any conditions, especially during a very active winter season.
You're driving with bald tires, you're driving with defective brakes or lights that aren't working properly, and you've got a passenger, a loved one, somebody you care about, and something happens, right? You slip into another car, you cause an accident, you injure yourself, a loved one, or an innocent third party. There are a lot of legal ramifications for that.
In Brewer, Matthew Jurancic reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, as the statewide housing crisis continues to worsen, the city of Waterville is welcoming a new housing development. Our A.J. Douglas heard from a Waterville resident in search of more affordable housing options in that area.
Residents across the state of Maine are feeling financial woes as housing rates continue to rise. Renters say finding affordable housing vacancies is a struggle.
It's very, very hard. I'm paying $900 plus lights right now.
Manor Gardens LLC is a family-owned realty company that has begun construction for 20 townhouse and duplex-style apartment units at 54 College Avenue in Waterville. The parent company, Archon Realty, has been renovating existing units on the north end of Waterville for the past 35 years.
Just trying to expand on their mission of providing just excellent quality, safe housing with a community atmosphere.
3 of the 20 duplex units underway will offer a affordable housing option.
The idea of having kind of up and downstairs living in one unit just to mitigate, having somebody above you or to the side of you, just to try to create an atmosphere, an environment where folks can kind of have their own privacy.
Mike Curran, co-owner and chief operating officer for Manor Gardens LLC, says the city of Waterville has supported the project from the very beginning.
If they know that there's a housing issue and they are trying to, promote new housing, promote really any housing they can, just to help with the inventory levels in the city.
Curran says phase 1 of the project is expected to be complete by end of 2023, and phase 2 would provide almost a dozen additional housing units on Maple Street. Apartments will cost between $1,300 to $1,350 for 2-bedroom apartments and $1,000 to $1,050 for 1-bedrooms, with the affordable housing units costing less. In Waterville, AJ Douglas, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news tonight, former Assistant House Minority Leader Joel Stetkis is the new Maine Republican Party chair following a disappointing midterm election for the GOP. Former chair Demi Kuzunas was ousted during a closed-door meeting over the weekend in Augusta. Stetkis, who used to represent House District 105, won with 83 votes compared to 57 for Kuzunas. The change in leadership comes after Republican Paul LePage was handily defeated in the governor's race, and Republicans failed to flip either chamber.
Well, the International Association of Firefighters is raising awareness about forever chemicals or PFAS chemicals in firefighting turnout gear. We first told you about the forever chemicals found in firefighting gear last September. That's when firemen shared with us that their turnout gear has 3 layers, a thermal layer, a moisture layer, and an outer layer. The PFAS is applied to the outer layer as a water-resistant agent which helps shed water off the gear. Today in Nevada, union leaders, lawyers, and firefighters gathered to discuss the negative impacts the toxic chemicals are having.
There's current studies right now that show higher levels of PFAS in firefighters. We get that chronic exposure every time we come to work. It can remain in your blood for 3 to 9 years, and they're showing high levels.
Well, a new documentary called Burned was also released, revealing the significant exposure firefighters have had to these harmful chemicals.
Obviously a very difficult issue, but glad to see that a light is being shined on it, and it's at least being talked about, and solutions are being worked on.
And at the same time you're shining the light, you have to hope that they're looking at short-term solutions, even for making the gear that they wear safer for them.
Absolutely.
All right, well, taking a look outside, it was a fairly mild day, at least in terms of temperature. Let's see what else is coming our way with the first check of the forecast.
Hey, Beth and Peter, thank you. Happy Monday. Your first weather is brought to you by Kings Mountain RC. And temperature-wise today, back up in the 30s, very comfortable. Now, we're going to cool off tonight, and then tonight some snow showers in there as well. We could do a 1 to 3 inch snowfall tonight into early parts of tomorrow. Here's the radar now. Again, the clouds have filled back in, some light snow in there as well. It will not be a big snow, but just enough tonight to make things slippery around the area by tomorrow morning. Again, there's not much going on here at all, but all of this is going this way, so expect a 1 to 3 inch snowfall overnight tonight. Again, not the big one, and it's going to be all snow this time with temperatures below freezing overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Look what we did today, though. 34 in Millinocket, 38 in Bangor. That's not normal. Average high is still upper 20s. We're well above that. But hold on. The big narrative is changing end of the week. We could struggle to get high temperatures above 0 this weekend. Our forecast, though, tonight, though, is cloudy skies, some light snow flurries and light snow showers out there. Not a big deal. With low temperatures hanging out near 20. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth and Peter?
All right, some more on that to come.
Absolutely. And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll bring you an update to a story we told you about one terminally ill woman's mission to travel to every national park.
And we'll also have a story about a Hamden woman who cares for Maine's graveyards. Those stories and much more when ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
Van Sickle Kia has great deals going on now to ring in the new year. Lease a new sporty 2023 Kia Forte for just $219 a month. Packed with performance, the 2023 Forte gets an estimated 39 mpg highway, making it an eco and cost-friendly drive. Lots of new Fortes are arriving to Van Sickle Kia this month. Hurry in while supplies last. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Winter was welcome about 2 months ago. Now, some think it's overstayed its welcome. It's not going anywhere soon. So, we will have to get away to someplace sunny, to someplace warm, someplace away from winter. Let's begin at Bangor International Airport, the official airport of making tomorrow's winter break memories. Today, flybangor.com.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond's Home Planning Center will turn your ideas into accurate conceptual drawings, and 3D visualization is available. Your Hammond sales rep will prepare a materials list and cost estimate. And when you buy all of your materials from them, Hammond will refund all of your design fees. Hammond can deliver your order from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
What I've learned over my 17 years in pharmacy is that every medication has a potential to affect every person differently. That was evident with my own mother. The medications were hindering her ability to think quickly. It did feel a little premature to stop driving, but it was the right thing to do. My message to Mainers would be never doubt the potential side effects. Talk to a loved one about your ability to drive safely.
BuyAToyota.com is Toyota's official website for deals with the most comprehensive selection of Toyota offers available. You'll see every official Toyota deal out there, including offers not seen on TV. Plus, you can search inventory and get a free independent trade-in value. Right now, you could save with 3.99% financing on an all-wheel drive RAV4. And every RAV4 comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. BuyAToyota.com when you officially want the best deal. Toyota, let's go places.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. A cancer survivor we last spoke to back in December shared an update on her plans to travel across the nation as a part of a bucket list following her terminal diagnosis. Susan Curran says she feels great despite repeated bone cancer treatments, and she's still planning to visit every national park in the country. Curran started a GoFundMe account asking for $10,000 to finance the cross-country trip. At this time, Curran has met just over $6,000 towards her goal. Now she's offering to donate her hair to a foundation that makes wigs for children with cancer in an effort to meet the $10,000 mark.
Now I really needed the $10,000 as my goal because gas prices are so high, and I really need to have that in a reserve for when I get out there, so I'm not stranded somewhere waiting for my next check to come through.
Curran plans to begin the nationwide trip in September.
Meanwhile, a Hamden woman is taking her love of genealogy and history to the grave. We mean that literally. Jackie Murch spends a lot of volunteer hours at Maine cemeteries where she cleans the headstones belonging to those who lived long ago. And as Jody Hersey shares, it's an act of service this resident is pleased to provide to her community.
Jackie Murch finds purpose as well as peace at the Locust Grove Cemetery in Hamden. It's just one of the locations in Maine where during the warmer months she spends her time cleaning headstones of those who are laid to rest.
Just the sense of doing something for the community that nobody else is doing, and that maybe it doesn't look important, but when you're driving by it all day, what does it say about the town you live in
Murch learned decades ago that towns maintain the cemetery grounds and trim trees if necessary, but no one is in charge of repairing or cleaning the stones.
And if there's no family left in the area, then they just topple over or they get covered with lichen and they're not legible.
So Murch looked into and ordered the same cleaning solution used at Arlington National Cemetery.
It doesn't hurt the stone, it doesn't hurt any of the vegetation or plants that are around it, and over time it just lightens and lightens and lightens.
Through her meticulous cleaning and care, Murch has uncovered headstones of Maine sailors, stone cutters, and even a war hero who served under Napoleon I. Markers that were previously unreadable, now on display for all to see.
You can just lose yourself in what you're doing, and I don't know, I love it.
Murch says spending time at Maine cemeteries is a cleaning project she is both honored and privileged to provide for those who have made our country and communities what they are today.
It just says that they are important, that just because they are gone does not mean that we just write them off. We're here and we have what we have in this community because of what people before us did.
In Hamden, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Wow. This is so cool.
Yeah.
An incredible and unique act of service. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that it's fascinating to learn about these people too. And it's just a lot of thought put into that and a lot of history behind it all too.
Well, and the deep sense of obligation that she seems to feel to honor those who have gone before, many or most of which she never knew or had a connection to, but just, Mainers really, they definitely have a thing about learning and honoring history. Yeah. And this is one of many ways to do it. So, never surprised to see a Mainer stepping up, but still a beautiful story.
Yeah, it really is a beautiful story indeed. And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll have a story about how you can pour beer for a good cause.
And in sports, Maine men's basketball has rattled off 3 wins in a row and look to keep it going this Wednesday at Bryant. That story right after the break.
This is the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder and Rogue. With a range of drive modes, you can take a Sunday stroll in the least basic of places.
Now get 0% financing for 36 months on Rogue.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Here's this week's featured deal.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
On sale Thursday at 9 a.m. A limited supply available half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
At the Bangor Grand Hotel and Conference Center, you will discover a new dimension of comfort. We've got newly updated rooms, suites, and a new and improved lobby. Our Blue Sky Lounge and restaurant features exceptional food, flavors, and service. We welcome the weary travelers, the sharp-dressed businessman, the overnight basketball tourney fans, and of course, families on their fun adventures. Many of our guests tell us we've become their home away from home. Moving forward is in our design here at the Bangor Grand, and we'll continue to improve on the things we do best, like exceeding your expectations.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Cat Tracks Incorporated, Central Maine Denture, John Baptist Memorial High School, Natural Living Center, Rack Attack Basketball, and Silver Fox Automotive.
With so much at stake, more Americans turn here than any other newscast. ABC News World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 newscast and the #1 program on television.
This is the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder and Rogue. With a range of drive modes, you can take a Sunday stroll in the least basic of places.
Now get 0% financing for 36 months on Rogue.
Put a little more cash in your bag. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We'll start with some basketball. Don't look now, but Maine men's basketball is on a 3-game win streak, with 2 of them coming against the top team in America East at the time. The Black Bears beat Albany this weekend for their 3rd win in a row after beating Binghamton and UMass Lowell, who each sat in first place when they played Maine. So their win this weekend, a 4-point victory on the road, with Maine clinching the win late in the second half. And that hasn't really been the case this season for Maine. We caught up with head coach Chris Markwood, who said the defense is what has been making the difference for his team as of late.
Some of them went in the wrong direction for us through the early part of conference play, but we were in position in a lot of those games and just couldn't finish them out. And I thought, the last couple, we've made the toughness plays that we've needed to, especially on the defensive side of the basketball, to finish those games. And I think that's been the biggest difference. I think if you look at this 3-game win streak,
a huge piece for Maine this whole season, but especially these last 3 games, has been freshman guard Jaden Clayton, celebrating his birthday on Monday. Happy birthday, Jaden. Clayton gave Maine a late lead in the second half against Albany, and then he pretty much sealed it with some last-minute free throws, some clutch shooting from the freshman. Coach Markwood says that Clayton's talent has been on display all season, but now he's starting to match that with some confidence.
we knew coming in he was prepared to play right away at this level. And I think with him, as any freshman, you've just seen the growth in terms of confidence. I think he knew deep down that he was going to be able to come in and be an impact guy, and he was from day one. I mean, he had some great games for us early on, but he's just really settled in on both sides of the ball.
Let's stay with the Black Bears, and we'll stay on the hardwood. It was an impressive win on Saturday for Maine women's basketball, avenging their conference finals loss to Albany, and another big one for sophomore Adriana Smith, who was once again named the conference's Player of the Week. It's her third time being recognized as the America East Player of the Week this season. She averaged 21.5 points, 10 rebounds, and 3.5 assists in Maine's 2 wins last week. Now, she tallied her conference-leading 11th double-double on Wednesday in their win over Lowell, and then scored 22 points with 9 boards over Albany. She has scored in double figures in 11 straight games and looking to make it an even dozen this Wednesday when they host the Bryant Bulldogs. All right, let's go to the ice now. A Monday matinee in Class A girls hockey at Penobscot Ice Arena. To Brewer we go. The Cape Fleet Riots making the trip up, playing the Penobscot Pioneers. Pioneers up 1 first period. Jordan Williams looking for more, but Abby Steinhagen makes the save later in the first. It's the Riots now. Marina Bassett, she makes her move. She fires, and we are all tied at 1 late in the first. To the second period we go now. It's Brewers' Jordan Williams. She risks this one just over the glove of Steinhagen, gets her revenge, and then it's going to be Penobscot. That gives Penobscot the lead 2-1 after another goal, 3-1 now. Here's Williams again. She fires it home. That makes it 4-1. Pioneers go on to win 5-1 is the final. And that is 6 in a row for Penobscot. That's all the time we have for sports. Here's Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff?
All right, Tyler, thank you. Lots of snow trails out there in fantastic condition over the weekend, and a little bit more snow on the way for us tonight, followed by a big break, and then some really cold temperatures next weekend, like a week from today. We're going to struggle to have high temperatures above 0. So our snow depth looks like this. So 9 inches here in Bangor. Overall, though, a foot plus across much of the region, north and west of the Bangor area. So overall, the trails are in pretty good shape up that way. But we got a lot going on. So here comes our next system, and it's not a lot going on here, right? A little bit of activity right across our neck of the woods right now. This, though, will take its time moving over us tonight, and that could give us that light snowfall overnight into early parts of tomorrow. That could add up to an inch or 2 or 3 if you're lucky. Most of us probably a 1 to 2 inch snowfall. In fact, here it is now. Again, there's not much going on here, but there is some energy, and it's moving in our direction, so expect some light snow in the area for tonight. All right, so Futurecast shows the story. Tonight, looking at clouds and some light snow, but by tomorrow, here's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Look at it. It's already kind of clearing out from west to east across our area, and then decreasing clouds throughout the day tomorrow. In fact, lots of sunshine throughout the afternoon. It's going to be a pretty nice day for us tomorrow after we do this tonight. So a widespread 1 to 2 to 3 inch snowfall tonight. Again, it's not the big one, not a big deal. Timing, though, is kind of off by tomorrow morning, with the Tuesday morning commute tomorrow could be impacted by the light snow overnight tonight. Looking down the road a bit, though, and around the corner, you can see we have some things going on. So we have colder temperatures on the way. We're going to change the narrative, and really a really big cold break is on the way for us. Not tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, more so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, as our coldest air of the season so far is heading in our direction. After we did this today, 34 Millinocket, 38 here in Bangor, 41 Bar Harbor, as we're at the end of January now. This is not normal, but again, we're going to work on that as some much colder temperatures are on the way. So our forecast ends tonight. Looking at snow showers out there, low temperatures to teens, so that's light, fluffy snow out there this evening with those cold temperatures, and a calm wind after Minnesota's going to fall straight down tonight. For tomorrow, okay, here we go. So gradual clearing, some morning flurries followed by gradual clearing, high temperatures, colder. Remember, we did upper 30s today. Tomorrow, only mid-20s with a gusty northwest wind. So gusty northwest wind, temperature in the 20s. That will give us feel-like temperatures tomorrow in the teens pretty much all day long. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. Wednesday, even colder, 21. Lots of sunshine, though, on Wednesday. Don't put your sunglasses on Wednesday. And look at Thursday, 32. Friday, 15. And that is a high of 0 after a low temperature of 22 degrees below 0 next Friday. Beth and Peter?
Some serious temperature swings between the highs and the overnight lows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
be prepared for that.
That is a serious Arctic blast.
Yeah.
Not many people are going to want to be outside on that 0-degree day, I'm
Definitely
sure.
not. It also brings us back to some of the advice we've been given recently of having those emergency kits in your
Yes.
car to include blankets and maybe an extra layer or two. God forbid you get stuck somewhere.
Right.
You have something that's going to keep you warm.
A really good thing to keep in mind there.
All righty. Well, there is still more to come after the break. Stay with us.
Tonight's Stock Report is brought to you by Triple S Tax Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel. Come stop by for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Find out where that road leads. Take on any challenge. When you have the #1 brand and dependability, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Get 2.9% APR for 48 months on a new 2023 Forte.
If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want and 0 compromises. Just go to anthemainehealth.com/answers or call 855-753-3928 for a one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a free gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for 0 extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,500 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Maine Health at 855-753-3928 or visit anthemmainehealth.com/answers and get a Medicare Advantage plan with 0 compromises for you and your wallet.
Making the time to be together.
Supporting local business. Starting a college savings plan. Expanding our brewery.
Buying our first home. Giving back any way we can.
With big offerings and local bank support, we can help in more ways that really matter.
It only takes a second for an everyday item to become dangerous. Tide Pod's Child Guard Pack helps keep your laundry packs in a safe place and your child safer. To close, twist until it clicks. Tide Pod's Child Guard Packaging.
This week, the fatal police beating of Tyree Nichols in Memphis, a city and nation outraged.
I was appalled.
The federal investigation. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Welcome back. Literacy Volunteers of Bangor says they're looking for some volunteers to help have fun and help out the organization at the same time. The nonprofit helps adults who want to improve their reading skills, and they're fundraising to support that mission. Their biggest fundraiser is a literacy tea on April 2nd. Volunteers decorate tables using their choice of a children's book theme, and they host people at the table. Volunteers are also needed to pour beer at Bangor on Tap on April 8th. That's a 4 or 8 hour shift, and vendors donate money to literacy volunteers for the amount of time that volunteers spend pouring beer.
So, some people say, well, I can't commit to being a tutor. That's a weekly commitment. That's a little bit too much that I can give at this time. But this one time a year episodic volunteer of 4 hours to pour beer is perfect.
Anyone who's interested in volunteering for either event should sign up by March 10th. You can get more information by going to their website or calling Literacy Volunteers of Bangor. And it sounds like a really great opportunity for anyone looking for volunteer opportunities, because it's going to be a lot of fun. Both events are going to be a lot of fun, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. And she's absolutely right. Sometimes you don't have a weekly time slot where you're free to give back, but you have that one time a year where you can make it work.
Right.
So hopefully they get all the manpower they need.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, well, that is going to do it for us, folks. From everybody here at ABC 7, take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.